everybody, this is Eric Worre. Welcome back to NetworkMarketingPro.com. Here again with Randy Gage. Randy, yesterday we went to the marina, we sat down, we created a 5-part series. One of those 5 parts, it was too windy and it created some audio problems, so we sat down today back here at the Westin after doing a leadership event this weekend. And in part 2 of this, what I really wanted everybody to know is, and what I want to know a little bit more, is what's your story? Some people think that network marketing leaders were just born that way. They were just meant to be top level people. They came out of the womb and they started building an organization. And can you describe for people, how did you first get introduced to network marketing? What were your early years and what's the progress of your career and maybe some of the lessons that you learned?
Well, I was in preschool. I found 12 kids. I said, if you each would give me 2 crayons a month. No, I tell you, I was 20 years old, got contacted, I had a business partner. We were struggling like crazy. He calls me up, he says, can you come over to the house Saturday? I got a guy coming and I want you here to protect me. I said, protect you from what? You know, you got 2 big dogs, 3 big dogs. He said, I met him at the gas station. He was talking about making money. I think he's Amway. So I say, I'm 20 years old now. Amway? What's Amway? He says, you know that thing where they draw the circles about making money? I said, Jimmy, I don't know anything about circles. I don't know anything about Amway, but if it's about making money, we need to look at this because we ain't making any money. So long story short, I go over there on Saturday. The guy comes, gets out his yellow legal pad, red pen, draws a circle, U, puts 5 circles underneath. Of course, it was Amway. I was mesmerized. I joined on the spot. Unfortunately, I didn't make any money with that. Came to find out later, we were actually in Bill Britt's organization. Bill is one of the rock stars of Amway, really gets systems, everything. But we were so many hundreds of levels down. That message had never got there. So the line I was with would tell me, you know, go find people who own hotels, and because they buy lots of laundry soap, and you could sell lots of SA8 laundry soap. So I hung around for 6 months. I sponsored my roommate by, lending him the money for the distributor kit and the first order. He dropped out after 6 months. What could I do? I had lost my whole organization, so of course I dropped out. A few months later, of course, I had approached people, so a few months later, one of them came back to me and said, got a deal, it's just like Amway, only better.
Only better?
Yeah, well, I liked Amway, so this was better, joined that, signed up the roommate. He dropped out, I dropped out. A few months later, got a deal, it was just like the deal, it was just like Amway, only better than the deal, which is better than Amway.
So you bounced around quite a bit.
Bounced around forever. And really, 5 years. It's funny, I just did an interview with Networking Times, and John David Mann said, what's your real qualification to talk to these people? And I said, I've made millions of dollars. I've been a corporate guy. I've been a consultant. I've probably created more millionaires than anybody in the business. But what really qualifies me was the first 5 years where I struggled and bought tapes and went to meetings and lost money and just all the drama and trauma and frustration. So that's how I started.
And what do you think some of the lessons that you learned in those first 5 years that have helped you, be able to kind of expand into stardom and expand into big money?
Well, I joined some very mature companies, and I came to the belief, and it's just my personal opinion, and if you disagree, you can write nasty things about me down in the comments, but they were so mature, I felt like I had kind of missed the boat, and that maybe I couldn't create the kind of wealth I was looking for there. I joined some brand new startups and had the chance to be in on the ground floor, and the 2 of them, they both right on schedule, 2 years old, went out of business. So I found out that you can get in on the ground floor, but there might be a basement they're not telling you about. So I realized, that you need to do some due diligence when you pick a company. And it isn't just about it has to be new or it has to be old. You look at the management team and the compensation plan and the product line and what kind of traction. And you just don't jump at the first thing somebody throws your way because you're enamored with the idea. So I learned that thing. I certainly learned about a system, as we're going to talk about in some of the other shows.
Right.
I just realized, wow, I need to do the business in a way that my people are going to be able to replicate me. So that took me, that was really the epiphany after 5 years to figure that out. Because I finally, and I actually, one of the companies I joined, the second one, which was a startup, I mean, I really had some traction going there. I really had some good stuff and some good people. And the company was good people. It was a good product line, but they didn't have the money. And the days, there was back in the day when you and I both started in the profession a long time ago, people used to brag about that. It's a mom and pop operation. We started it on our kitchen table, or we opened in 3 states, and now we're in 15 states. And
Not
those
anymore.
days, yeah.
Those days are gone.
Long gone. You need millions and millions of dollars to start a company, and the internet has made the world so flat that I don't even know if you can even open with just one country anymore.
Yeah, it's hard. There's one thing that I want people to hear, because you've made a life around the network marketing profession, and you've learned how to create duplicable systems, and you've learned how to build huge organizations and international growth. And you had a company blow up on you, and then from that you went and started training people. You became one of the biggest authors and trainers of generic network marketing materials. How to succeed in network marketing, how to build a multi-level marketing machine, how to do all these different things. And you know what? A lot of people, and I'm talking to a lot of my friends that are watching this program right now, a lot of people bail into that road because they had their heart broken for a minute, and then they stay there and they never come back. And the thing that I respect most about you is the fact that even though you've made millions helping other people, providing incredible value around the world, you decided, you know what, first of all, you weren't getting the residual income that you wanted, and second of all, you believed enough in your skills to be able to say, you know what, go out there and go after it. How would you talk about that transition? What was your mindset before coming back as a distributor? I think it was 4 years ago. What was your mindset in the couple years prior to that?
Well, I looked at all these people I had worked with, and that's when it really dawned on me. I really did train more MLM millionaires than probably anybody on earth. And I wasn't getting the residual income. I did have a couple of very successful businesses, was making millions of dollars, but I mean, it was definitely not passive income. It certainly was very little residual income. So I was always on planes. A lot of it was consulting projects with big companies, and they just want to suck the brain out of your head. They just want to own you. And I felt, this is not congruent. I'm teaching all these people how to create passive income. I'm not getting it myself. I'm really the shoemaker with no shoes. And it was a little scary to say, do I really want to get out, dust off the whiteboard again, and get in the living rooms, and I had a wonderful life, but to say, am I willing to do that again? But it was just a calling. I felt like I did need to do that. And then once I got in it, as you know, I just was so happy I did. I picked up like I had never left off, and to see the people breaking ranks and see them achieving their dreams and walking across the stage for the first time, they make their first rank, and buying their first suit or tie, making their first presentation. There's such a reward that comes from helping the people develop. So I'm so glad I got back involved in the trenches, in the field. And I bet other people that got away from, I had my heart broken like other people have. But I got to tell you, I think once you get this in your blood, it's so hard to get out of it, get it out of your blood. And you got to get up on that horse again. Yeah, so what? Companies went out of business. Look at today. Major airlines are going to go out of business. Major car companies are going to go out of business. It's just the nature of human nature. Things evolve, and people die, and new babies are born, and it's the cycle of life. You have to go with life.
So what would you say? And you've got a lot of friends, I've got a lot of friends that are telling the world how to succeed in network marketing. They're not in a network marketing company. they haven't picked one themselves, and then maybe they're afraid that, oh, if I do that, I'll lose my other business or something. What would you say to those people?
Well, say put up or shut up, because it's interesting. I just finished the 4th edition of my first book, the MLM book, which I wrote in 2001. Just did the whole rewrote it, coming out in a couple of months. And you know what? Stuff has changed. It's not the same market it was in 2001. There's some stuff that wasn't working then that's working now. The environment has changed. Technology and the internet has changed stuff. Social media marketing has changed stuff. So, there's some trainers out there still teaching the same crap they were teaching in 1974 and 1976.
Yep. And they haven't sponsored anybody in 15 years.
You remember the event we met at? We did our Jonax Mastermind event.
Yep.
And there was a lady up there on the platform, and she was doing a workshop, and I was saying, did I go back in time to 1976? I mean, this old, hey, do you keep your options open? I mean, does anybody honestly believe this is still working in 2009? It's not. The things have changed. So if you're just a personal development trainer, or you're a goal-setting trainer,
or a social media trainer, there's all these social media trainers,
right,
and they have no opportunity on the other side. They haven't figured out how to make any money doing it.
Right. So, but if you're training in something that you can still be relevant in, great. But if you want to be relevant in network marketing and be a trainer in it, I think you have to be in the field and know what's working today.
Yeah. Pick a company. My advice to you: pick a company. Show the world. If your stuff really works, show the world. And if it doesn't, if you're not willing to do that, like you said, it's so incongruent. There's such a disconnect. And so I would say that not just to those people. I did want to send a special message to some of my friends that do watch this show, because you know what? Come on, it's worth getting residual income. You make almost $2 million a year doing what you do in the field, on top of what you do with your generic business that you've had for many years. It's worth having, and it's in the lifestyle and the camaraderie. I think it's the difference between when actors talk about doing movies and then they talk about doing theater.
Yeah.
They talk about doing theater. They get connected to people again.
Yeah.
They're not just broadcasting. They're connecting, and it's an emotional experience for them. So I would encourage everybody to do that. But, well, look, again, we got 3 more episodes of this program. I appreciate the time. I hope you're getting value from this. Mr. Gage is an icon and a good friend, and I appreciate the time, you taking the time. Ladies and gentlemen, my hope for you is you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro. We together, we're changing the network marketing world. So everybody have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.